Hey everybody, it's been a couple days since I did my last video, and the whole last 2 or 3 days I've been brainstorming on nothing but my tag, which is the whole reason why I decided to document this, because I knew I'm not a good tag maker. I've made 2 tags, this one being my second one, and I knew it was going to take me a lot longer than probably people that make tags all the time. I know I do love looking at other people's tags, and I always think, oh, it's a tag, you know, it can't be that hard. Well, every time I've ever tried to make one, I've always just gave up. So tags are really, really hard to make. At least they are for me. So anyways, I've been brainstorming, and I figured out that I was going about the whole steampunk thing the wrong way. That steampunk is really a style, not a theme. You know, steampunk is, you know, gears, Victorian, you know, like a sci-fi Victorian type of thing. And it still needs a theme, though. Because, I mean, steampunk is just steampunk. It's metal, it's gears, it's time, it's, you know, like I said, the sci-fi Victorian era, you know, but you still need a theme. So I think that's what I was doing wrong every time I did attempt to do something steampunk. You know, I do know I see a lot of other steampunk tags and stuff, and it's just got, you know, nothing but metal and Holtz embellishments on it, and that's all good because I've seen a lot of them that I like, but mine has to make sense, I guess. I don't know however else to say it, but it's got to have a theme. So what I brainstormed and came up with was a French, like Paris, French theme. So that's what I'm going for, and I hope it works out. Now, do you remember this is what our tag looked like when we left? I was doing the darkness, and I also was doing the pediments with the metal tape, and I did decide to put the eye screws in there because I'm thinking I'm going to hang something from it. So that's going to be on top. This is going to be on bottom, or bottom one. Now, if y'all remember, I had this guy, and I hadn't decided if I was going to stamp him in brown or what. But I think I'm going to keep him in black. I don't know if I'm going to color him or not. But I am going to give him wings. Now, I only have one pair of wings. And they were already covered with the metal tape. So, here's what I did. It's just plain chipboard wings from a Holtz die that somebody gave me. And they were covered in the tape, and then I just embossed some gears. Okay, so that's all I did. Now, the cool technique I'm going to do with them, I think y'all are really going to enjoy because it's easy. And any kind of metal paper or metal sheets that you buy, it's going to work on. So, after you embossed the metal, you take some plain black acrylic paint. I'm using Anita's. And what you want to do is cover the whole thing. Whatever the metal is whatever you did. I don't care what you covered. You paint the whole thing. Okay. Now, when you've gotten it really painted, all in the grooves, you do want it to dry somewhat. You don't want to dry it all the way, but you do want it dried. Okay, now I hope that's dried enough. Now, what we're going to do is take a little wet rag or towel, and we're going to wipe it. We're going to wipe off that paint that we just put on there. And what's cool is what it leaves. Isn't that pretty neat? So, this is the other one that I had done. And it's really cool how that turns out. So, I'm going to wipe this a little bit more. And then I'm going to dry it to make sure all that black that got into the gears and stuff won't come out. So let's finish drying it. But yeah, I think that's a really cool technique, guys. Really cool. So anyways, let's get back to the tag. So I know I'm going to put my guy down here to make his hand sit at the edge of the pediment. So let's add the wings. And like I said before, I don't commit and actually glue anything down until I know exactly what's going on and where everything's going. So I also know that we're putting a gear on top of him because I did cut him off. So we want to kind of take that space and not make it look so, you know, cut down or anything. Now, as far as the wings are concerned, you can tuck them in as far as you want or whatever. Just all depends on what else I'm going to add to the tag is how I'm going to do his wings. Now, the theme, like I said, is going to be a French theme. So I took the original silver fleur-de-lis and added some copper to it because I decided that I'm going to also use this for here. I'm going to attach it with a brad. So now we've got that. So I didn't want to have it all silver on top of the pediment up there, so I did add some copper ink. It was just a color box chalk. It was copper. Okay, so that's going to go there. And like I said, I've been brainstorming the last couple days on nothing but this tag. Now, I also decided, excuse me, that I'm definitely going to use the light bulbs. Miriam does carry these. I don't buy the ones from Tim Holtz because I'd rather have the real ones, you know. So Miriam at marianscraftingblog.com carries them, and they're really, really cheap. So I know these are probably going to be hung from those eye screws because, you know, you're in Paris. You need lights. Okay, now the next thing I'm going to add to the side of that brass is just this little metal thing to make it look like it's going to be turning the wheel. So that's going to go like that. So therefore I need to make sure that when I do put the man down, we can at least see a little bit of the of that arm. I just don't know exactly how much we're going to see of it, but I do want that piece to be showing somewhat. And then, you know, add his wings back. And then his little thing. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is, at first I was going to use one of those metal things that you hang pictures with. Because I always thought that they would be cool to use on a steampunk tag. So I was going to put brads and put it there and then attach something with it. But then I thought, what about my little metal handles? So I put some metal colored brads. That's going to go there. Now for our Paris theme, I cut the Paris or the Eiffel Tower out of the Tim Holtz die, and all I did was ink it up. Now I know it needs some texture. I just haven't gotten that far yet because I don't think it's going to look good as is with no kind of texture or embossing. I just haven't figured out how I'm going to do that. And then the cool part of my tag is going to be I'm making the Eiffel Tower into a clock. So you're going to have the clock face, and then I'm going to have this real watch wind up coming out from the side. And I think that that's going to look really cool like that. And of course, when everything's getting ready to be glued down, it would be a whole lot easier. So not everything will move. But that's the basic idea with the Eiffel Tower, is it's definitely going to be a clock. I just have to add some embossing or texture or something. And then, like I said, you're in Paris. It's got to have lights. So I think these lights are going to hang from the eye screws. And then, of course, you know, there's going to be random gears here and there. You know, I haven't decided about how many or what I'm going to do on the Eiffel Tower as far as gears. But I'm thinking most definitely we're going to have a gear somewhere up here, like so. And that's what I've been doing. Let me see if I can let you all see what's going on without getting a shadow. Now on that handle, I've got a couple keys that I'm going to work with. I even was thinking about a bird. It was silver and I just put a little copper on it, and I thought that would be cool, you know, to have a bird flying in Paris. And also, this key, thought about putting it somewhere. And then I also thought, you know, after the texture on the Eiffel Tower, I might use these little things from my fascinator. And they look like little bars. So you never know, I might put some something like that to decorate the Eiffel Tower more. And of course, these are going to be hanging by wire, metal wire. And that's just about it, guys. That's how far I've gotten. By the next video, I'll have a lot of stuff where I'm going to be ready to start gluing down. I hope you like the new technique, and I hope you use it. Bye.